Boat casting fishing is an extremely effective technique as long as you do it properly and follow certain rules. Πρόσεχε την ισορροπία σου. Λαγός. Οχ. Οχ, οχ, οχ.
Rush bait.
Many of you often ask me what equipment I have on the boat and how I use it in my fishing. So, a series of videos will begin covering boat fishing strategies, just like I do with coastal techniques, exactly the way I execute them. Today, with the Redfin 50 by Trygons, we'll leave calm waters behind for a bit and head out to face the challenge of the summer Meltemi winds. I'll show you how I use my gear to fish with casts around islets even in windy conditions without doing anything else other than fishing. Good morning from beautiful Greece and the wonderful Meltemi wind. So, today we are going to see how I fish rocks protruding from the water, islets all around them with casts. For this video, I will be using the Garmin trolling motor. The Kraken, combined with the GPS map 1223 XSV, also by Garmin. I chose Meltemi conditions. Without Meltemi, on flat calm seas, pretty much all trolling motors can manage. However, because my boat has a bimini top, giving it height and high wind resistance, is the only way we can truly see Garmin's reliability. Because in this video, I will essentially demonstrate that I cast and don't worry about anything else. So the boat is basically left to its own fate, or rather, in the hands of the Kraken. So let's take a look. It's an interesting video. This is exactly how I fish small islets, rock formations, and shorelines. In this video, we'll look at islets, and in another video soon, we'll see how I fish a shoreline. So, we have an islet right here in front of us. I want to stay within casting distance and navigate all the way around it, searching it thoroughly. How do I do this? Let's see, it's super easy. To begin, by tapping route 2, we select the point where our route will end, and then, by touching the points where we want the boat to turn, we place waypoints, meaning add turn. This way, we've created a circle and the boat will start following this exact circle. Once we're ready, we press done and the GPS will ask us if we want to engage the Kraken, and of course, we tap yes. We can engage the motor now. Now, by tapping speed control and pressing minus or plus, I choose the desired speed I want the boat to move at. In this specific case, 0.3 miles per hour, which gives me enough time to make casts towards the islet. So the GPS calculates, based on the speed we've set, the time to the next turn and the total duration of the loop, meaning the entire route. In this manner, Garmin takes me through a full circle precisely along the points I've indicated for it to loop around. Allowing me to cast towards the island, retrieve and search the drop-offs. I will switch it off for a minute to get off course and then switch it on again to see what happens. And if we accidentally stray off course because we turned off the propeller or wanted to check something else nearby, no problem. As soon as I re-engage the propeller, the boat returns immediately to the path we designated. It's as simple as that. Kraken is going back to the original route. It will not lose it for any reason. No matter what you do, it will fulfill its task. In a future video, we'll see how we can do the same thing by following tracks from a past trip. As we can see, there are tracks around the islet that were recorded on previous dates. Today, however, we're taking things step by step and treating the spot we want to fish as a location we're visiting for the very first time. In this case, we can't make a loop around it first because we'd spook the fish. So we need to be in stealth mode, and creating a new route is the best option. We've zoomed in, so we're not obscured. Let's see in fast forward how precisely the boat follows the course we've designated, regardless of the harsh weather conditions, and we'll notice that no matter which angle we pass from, the boat doesn't stray a single meter off course. Just watch. When we reach the end, the boat asks us if we want to activate the GPS anchor. The preset speed of 0.3 miles per hour is plenty to cast with a heavy, lipped hard lure and quickly cover the drop-offs all around the islet. A huge advantage right there. So once I complete the loop, I move to the next one or head to a shoreline and do the exact same thing. We'll cover that in another video, so it's very simple. You just draw it out on your Garmin GPS and the motor follows. You don't have to do anything yourself, just fish. And most importantly, you choose at what speed you want it to guide you, and the motor adjusts its speed based on conditions. Now, if at any spot I see something that catches my eye, and I want to pause for a bit and make some casts, in that case, I simply tap the familiar anchor icon. Kraken will immediately stop at the exact spot. There you go. It has locked me right where I want. I make my cast as I like, observe the direction of the currents or something else, inspect if something followed, or if it was just in my head, or if it was actually a green elephant. And when I'm ready to continue my route, I'll tap the anchor icon. And once I tap the anchor icon again, this disengages the GPS anchor mode. That is, holding me in place, and I tap the propeller icon again, which activates the function that resumes our route following, continuing the preset route from where it stopped. Simple as that. It doesn't lose track, and that's important. These are the perks of working within the Garmin ecosystem. Because at any given time, I can control my motor from the remote, from my smartwatch, from my phone, or from the chart plotter unit. I can engage the anchor at any time using the button right on the motor. This helps me be completely flexible, because in fishing, especially when you're alone, as I am most of the time, you want as much hands-free operation and freedom of movement as possible. The more the trolling motor does on its own, and the less I have to fiddle with it, the more effective I become in my fishing. And that wraps up this brief presentation on how we fish small islets with the Garmin Kraken. And of course, with other motors too. I imagine other motors have similar features. Here, the convenience is that the entire ecosystem works together. Watches, remotes, phones, the motor itself, the chart plotter. So you draw your route on the chart plotter and the Kraken executes. Clean and simple. Well, stay tuned for the next video, which will be just as interesting. Cheers!